I feel that the way that you wrote Paisley and how she dealt with these things was healthy, but you also clearly showed the more toxic masculinity aspect of it with Courtney, because he's just
he's
gross.
The exact opposite of what he's the thing that we should all be avoiding.
Yes. And that is from the moment you meet him, it is clear.
Yeah, he's despicable, and putting him in the book was actually difficult because I was just like, I don't want people to have to see this type of thing, but because Paisley and Hyacinth are both social media celebrities, for a lack of a better term, that's the far end of the spectrum of what women have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yes.
Like having two daughters and being friends. The majority of my friends are women, and the things that they tell me, people say to them online, are just like disgusting. And the fact that they have to deal with this. And so I wanted to personify that in Courtney and show like, this is the danger that women have to put themselves in just to have an audience, just to feel good about what they're doing. They have to accept this really shitty male gaze that can oftentimes manifest in these incel types. They just think that they have ownership because, well, clearly the woman wants to look good for me. And so that if she's not giving me attention, then there's something wrong with her. And Courtney personifies that, and it's just disgusting.
Yeah, I appreciated that you wrote that and were so clear and upfront about it. And you did it in a way that you clearly weren't glorifying it, but you put it out there. And I remember one part in particular when you were writing from Courtney's perspective, and I heard it and I was just like, ugh.
It's
and
gross.
Instantly, as a writer, my thought was, damn, Kalvin, like you wrote that, you put it in there. Because for me, if I was writing that, my first thought would be, someone's going to read this and think this is how I think. Yes. And I would second guess myself and be scared to be honest about it. And so the fact that you did that, I felt as an author, it's empowering that, no, this is the character and this is how he is. And this is how it needs to be written.
Yeah. And that's, so thank you for noticing that, because there was a huge internal struggle with me when writing that scene, or all of Courtney's scenes, to like, how do I make sure that the audience knows that this is the character with these thoughts and not me? I don't agree with a single thing that Courtney does, not one. But then I thought, I'm not Paisley either. I'm not a young woman, and I'm not a black man. I'm not Grover Northfield. I'm not a preacher. So I'm not Hollis Grimm. And so I'm not these people. And so I write their point of view. And so it's only fair to be honest about who the character is. And so I wanted to make sure that the voice of each character was so clear that it was obvious that it was the character saying those things and not me. Because if you just pulled one of Courtney's chapters and read it, people would be like, whoever wrote that is disgusting and should probably be, dragged out into the street and beat. And I agree with that. But from the context of who Courtney is, it is very accurate. And every line that Courtney has and everything that Courtney does is something, well, outside of, the extremes, are things that I've seen. There's a moment where he talks about his, the name of his guild in his video game. And that is actually the name of a guild that I saw, and I reported and got shut down on a server because I just, it was disgusting. And so there's a whole lot of truth in that. And I've had women from IG and YouTube reach out and say, this feels very accurate, and it's terrifying. It adds a whole nother layer of horror to the book, because these are the things that we deal with. And we're wondering, is this the type of person that's on the other end of this screen?
Wow. Yeah, you did a great job. And to the different character voices, you captured it. Listening, sometimes it can be confusing in an audiobook, especially when the chapter headings are just chapter whatever, not Courtney, Paisley.
Right. This is the point of view from the person.
Yeah. But it was clear. I didn't struggle with it. So bravo on that front.